Good afternoon, students. I hope you can see and hear me well. Today we're going to have a lecture brief of a lecture that we have covered previously. So let's start it. So the lecture is going to be of the course Technology of Service in Restaurants and Hotels. And I'm the lecturer, So today we're going to have a regular lecture outline. So at the beginning, we're going to have an overview of the previous lecture, because the lecture of the week 9, which is housekeeping and in-room services, is quite interrelated to the topic of the previous week, which was all about the hotels and the services of the hotel, its divisions and departments. And at the end of the lecture, I'm going to give you an assignment. So let's start an overview. So during the previous lecture, we have talked about the divisions of the hotel. And the hotel has the rooms division, food and beverages, it's about catering, engineering and maintenance, about all the facilities inside that kind of help to function the hotel, security, sales and marketing, human resources, basically HR management, finance and accounting, and basically the other divisions. Here we have the hotel management, and we have talked about the rooms division, which has the front office, housekeeping, uniform service, reservation, communication, and guest relations. So we mentioned and talked about the rooms division. We mentioned that there is like the front office, like service management, and the executive housekeeping, basically the housekeeping division. And today we're going to cover that and talk about the technology and techniques that are used in it. Also, we have mentioned about the uniform services. Basically, these are the services related to concierge, bell attendant, door attendant, parking attendant, transportation personnel, and butlers. And all these uniforms are basically cleaned, washed, and ironed by the housekeeping division of the hotel. So, yep, and of course, we have the food and beverages division, and this division consists of several subdivisions. We're going to talk about that in a separate lecture, but still, we should mention that it has kitchens here, restaurants, bar and bars, banqueting, room service, and mini bars. And room services are going to be covered during this lecture. So let's now start the lecture. Again, the topic is housekeeping and in-room service, and let's start the lecture. So what is the housekeeping? Housekeeping refers to the management of duties and chores involved in the running of a household or other locations, such as cleaning, cooking, home maintenance, shopping, and bill payment. As you can see from the definition, housekeeping does not exclusively refer to like maintaining an accommodation, basically maintaining a hotel, but it covers a broad and wider range of like activities. So hotel housekeeping is basically involves duties like maintaining the hotel to the best possible state in terms of cleanliness, keeping it at the highly desired ambience. So a housekeeping department is an operational department of the hotel. Basically, the hotel and the other organizations usually have different operational departments, and the housekeeping department is one of the main ones. Yep, as we know, the core product of a hotel is accommodation, and in order to make sure that accommodation is of a high quality, we have the housekeeping department. But the housekeeping department is actually a department which consists of different sub-departments and subdivisions. So here we have a listed structure of them. So basically, we usually have the executive housekeeper. If the hotel is large, we have like assistant executive housekeeper. We have like floor supervisors who act as an inspector who checks the quality of the rooms before the guest arrives. Then we have room attendants who act as housekeepers. Then we have like public area supervisors and public area attendants, those people who kind of work with the public. Then we have coordinator and houseman, those people who kind of coordinate all the works of the housekeeping department staff. Then we have line and uniform supervisors, those people who keep all the uniforms and then like ready to be used. And of course there are ironing and the other stuff. And the last subdivision is the laundry, and it has its own supervisor, it has its own attendant, and that department even can have basically the tailor who fixes and works with the uniforms and etc. So the housekeeping stuff, usually we have one executive housekeeper for 300 rooms. We can have like 2 assistants depending on the number of shifts. Usually we have morning shift and evening shift. The floor supervisor usually supervises, you have 1 floor supervisor per 60 rooms, basically 1 for evening shift and 1 for the night shift. The public area supervisor, usually we have 1 for each shift. Line again supervisor, we have 1 for each shift. Room attendants, usually room attendant, I mean the person during the like day can clean up to 16 rooms, and during the nights the room attendant kind of supervise 30 rooms. Of course it does not mean that the room attendant is going to clean like 30 rooms, but there is kind of a rule that every other like room asks for some additional cleaning or additional services to be done. That is why we should think that even though during the morning shift 1 room attendant cleans about 16 rooms, so the evening shift room attendant is going to clean about the same number of rooms, but is going to be responsible for 30 rooms, because we never know which room is going to kind of ask or order for an additional cleaning. Line and uniform attendants usually have 2. The houseman, again, 1 per 60 rooms. Desk attendants, 1 per shift. And tailor, we may have 2, but it, of course, depends on the size of the hotel. Here we have the layout of the housekeeping department, how it can look like. Here we have, for example, part where the management sits. We have like the career desk. We have like these places to store. Yeah, we have the laundry. We have the technical area, and we have the lost and found room, and etc. So basically, usually the housekeeping department looks like that. So housekeeping department, but when it comes to the rooms, they have their own status codes, so they can be different. The regular one is like consists of 2 letters like VR, OC, OD, and VD. The first one is VR, stands for vacant ready. Yeah. Then we have like occupied clean. Then we have occupied dirty and vacant dirty. So what do they mean? They mean like vacant ready. It means that the room is clean and it is not occupied by the guest and it is ready for check-in. Occupied clean means that the room is occupied right now, but it is clean. It does not require additional cleaning. Occupied dirty means that the room needs additional cleaning, yeah, afterwards, maybe in the morning or later on. And then, of course, vacant dirty means that the room was checked out, but still it needs to be cleaned, so it is not ready for a new guest. Here we have additional status codes. For example, out of order, the room is not available. Occupied, the room has like current guest currently registered to the room. Stay over is a guest. The guest is not checked out today and will remain at least one more night. Stay over is basically the word we use in order to name a person who kind of already occupied the room. For example, at the beginning we have like the person who just checked in, and basically then until the time he or she is going to leave, we call that guest a stay over. Do not disturb is the sign that the guest does not want to clean the room. Yeah, so he does not want to room be cleaned. So basically that means that the room is occupied but dirty. So as soon as there is no sign of do not disturb, the room should be cleaned. Sleep out. A guest was booked to the room, but the bed has not been used. That can occur that the room was paid, it was ordered, but nobody stays there right now. Due out. The room is expected to become vacant after the following day's checkout time. So the next day, checkout is basically the time when the keys are returned. Late checkout is basically when we know that the guest is going to check out later than the standard time. And the early check-in, basically the guest is going to check in early, so we need to prepare a room in advance. So the types of room cleaning, yeah, we have 3 types of room cleaning. The first one is like cleaning the room, like the check-in room. Basically, make sure that the vacant dirty room is going to be vacant ready. It is all about cleaning and inspecting the room, so it is of high quality. Then we have cleaning an occupied room. It means that cleaning a room, yeah, twice per day per, for example, the guest request and convenience. This is cleaning a room of a stay over. So occupied clean, occupied dirty is going to be the statuses that are going to be used by the housekeeping department. And the last one is the cleaning the room, the checkout room is basically cleaning the room and doing like checkout formalities. So making sure that all the like amenities and facilities that are located in the room are safe, are like ready for the next guest, and doing all this stuff too. So these are the like types of room cleaning. When it's come to the cleaning procedures, we're not going to, of course, cover all of them. We just are going to say that the cleaning procedures can be manual or mechanized. So mechanized means that you're going to use some tools or electronic equipment, and manual is kind of does not require mechanized or other electric equipment. So when we come to the cleaning, yeah, we usually have 2 people, yeah, kind of related to that. We have room attendant, basically the housekeeper, and we have the inspector, the person who like is a floor supervisor and kinds of inspects every room before the check-in. So the room attendant cleans about 16 rooms per shift, 15, 16. Of course, it may differ. And the inspector is basically a person who inspects about 60 rooms per shift. Usually the 60 room is the maximum amount of rooms that are located on one floor. Average time to clean a room, full room, after the guest depart, after the checkout, is 31.5 minutes. Average time to clean a stay over is 20.5 minutes. And when it comes to the inspector, after the cleaning and making sure that the room is ready, it usually takes 65.6 minutes. So when it comes to the guest room, daily average is like 7% of hotel rooms are not cleaned because the guest kind of left the do not disturb or refused sign. Like 1 in 2 and 0.12 rooms kind of ask for additional task of cleaning. Basically, that is why during the evening shift we have one housekeeper, like room attendant, for every 30 rooms, because 1 in 2 rooms will ask for some additional cleaning or tasks. 38% of tasks assigned are for the maintenance team, so the team is going to like fix something, and 26 and 8 of assignment tasks are assigned by the front desk team for housekeeping or maintenance. Front desk team is basically the team that sits in the front, and they are located in the lobby department. Here we have an example of standard operational procedures, basically sequences of room cleaning. I'm not going to spend much time on that, but we should mention that whenever we kind of clean a room, whenever we come and try to clean that room and we see the sign do not disturb, it does not mean that we should not clean that room that day. It means that like afternoon, when the next shift comes, we need to call the stay over and ask if that room requires cleaning, or we can come inside. So standard operational procedures of housekeeping consists of setting the trolley. Trolley is basically a box on wheels that contains all the equipment. We're not going to go through all the procedures. They're written here. I hope you can see them and read later on by pausing this lecture. Then, of course, we have standard operational procedures of entering the guest room. Of course, we should see for the sign do not disturb. If there is a sign, leave that room alone. Then we have to knock, say housekeeping, then wait a few seconds, go in, check if the guest is inside or not, and etc. Again, I'm not going to focus on all of them. I hope you're going to read them by pausing this lecture. Then, of course, cleaning the guest room. Here we have the procedures of cleaning. How we start, how we clean the bathroom, the accommodation itself where the guest stays, and of course we have the bathroom cleaning, then the balcony and patio cleaning. Then again, as I said about do not disturb rooms, we have to call them back. Afternoon, before noon, we leave that room uncleaned here. So now let's talk about the room service. So room service or in-room service or in-room dining is basically the service that a guest can order from the room. It can be about food and beverages. So the in-room service is quite kind of aligned with the food and beverages department. So in-room service delivers food. Unlike delivery services, the staff provides all dishes, cutlery, and trays. So we should remember that. Here we have standard operational procedure of in-room service. So it is about taking order, setting up tray or trolley where we're going to transport the food, delivering the order in the room, cleaning the tray, and presenting the bill. Here we should mention that bill, even though the bill is presented, we're not going to kind of ask to pay because our guest is staying inside. We just need to get the sign. So later on, when the guest checks out, we're going to charge him or her for the service. So here we have standard operational procedures of in-room service. So how to take the order, how to set up the trolley, how to deliver the order into the room, how to clean the trolley, how to present the bill, and etc. So basically that is it for this lecture. And here is the assignment. So basically the first task is to describe the process of cleaning and keeping public areas of the hotel. The second one is to prepare a flowchart of like in-room service as it was shown before. Yeah, we have not covered it during this lecture, but you have seen the kind of diagram, the flowchart, which is. And the last one is find out how the housekeeping differs depending on the type of hotel and its number of stars. So as we know, like 5-star hotels, they provide like impeccable service. And now I'd like you to Google and see how the housekeeping service is going to differ depending on that. So basically, thank you for watching this lecture. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day and bye.